You did not start your business to sound like a funnel, okay? You did not start a business because you see your customer like an ATM machine. You started a business because you wanted to create something meaningful for yourself, for the clients, for the people who are watching you doing it, for the impact that it is, and of course, to have a profitable business. So if you've been feeling the tension between wanting to grow and wanting to stay in tune with yourself, you don't have to choose. You just have to lead with your voice. You have to build systems and offers and strategies around that.
This is Let's Make Waves podcast. I'm your host, Rana Al Basri Marwad, and I believe that we're all here to make waves. I created this podcast to help you build your brand by sharing with you tools, resources, and strategies to gain professional authority for better business opportunities. If you want to get unstuck, you've come to the right place. Let's get started.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Make Waves podcast. Thank you for joining me today. In this episode, I would like to talk about something that I see a lot with my clients, and that is about, building boldly, communicating clearly, leading a business that doesn't look good from the outside, but it also feels good from the inside. And today, I want to talk about something that so many of my clients that I work with are still grappling with. And that is, how do I scale my business without selling my values? It's a very common question. And it's a question that comes up whether you are trying to sell your first offer or whether you're selling your 10th, or whether you have decided to raise your prices to a higher ticket. It comes from a real place. You want to grow, you want to be seen, you want to make money. It's a business after all, but not at the expense of who you are as a business owner. So I wanted to discuss this today. Let's unpack what it really means to build a business that reflects your values, and how does purpose and profit can actually coexist beautifully and seamlessly. And most importantly, how your personal brand plays a role in all of that dynamic. Part one, where the disconnect happens. Let's be honest, okay? I want to be honest with you. A lot of business advice out there and marketing advice, they kind of feel like they are written for robots, for business owners with no feelings. There's a lot of talk about and a hype on pushing urgency, triggering pain points, countdown timers, pretend like you're being booked for the next 6 months when you're actually not. And we've all seen it. And some of us have even tried it. And I want to make this clear. It's not a shade on anybody who have done this, because at one point, most of us have done it. But today, this kind of advice of just urgency for urgency's sake and hustling in the negative way that it is, not in the passion oriented way and approaching things out of service. This is something that I see in my practice, in my consultancy. I see a lot of my clients, and this is when they come to launch something and when they're doing their marketing on something new that they're introducing, and they suddenly feel that it's like your body is telling you this doesn't align with who we are. So whether you are a new business owner and you're trying to launch something for the first time, or whether you are launching something new for the 10th time, what I've found in my own business and in the coaching that I've done with business owners is that strategy without alignment, value alignment, always leads to resentment, burnout, and it does impact the business because it will impact the lead generation and it will impact the quality of clients that you are attracting. So if you're a business owner and is building on tactics that don't reflect who you really are in terms of your values, it won't matter how well these tactics work in the short term. This will impact in the long term. And besides, the personal brand that you're building while you're doing these kind of short term tactics and how people will see you during that time and your reputation is going to be very different from who you truly are and the reputation that you're trying to build and how you want to be seen as the business owner that you are. So there will be that kind of disconnect. You will eventually resist using those kind of tactics because it simply won't be sustainable. So, I want to go into part two. How do you define your values in a business? And when I say build a business that reflects your values, I don't mean putting in just a mission statement on your website. What I really want to focus on is values that show up in how you speak about your work, the values that show up about how you treat your clients, you structure your offers, you price your services, you choose your marketing methods. It's in the tone in your email marketing. It's in how you make people feel when they interact with your brand and when you interact with them via social media or in person. It's basically your personal brand. So here's what I would like you to do. Ask yourself, what do I stand for beyond my sales goals? How do I want people to feel after they engage with me and engage with my business? What will I not compromise on no matter the ROI? If you can answer that, even roughly, you have a blueprint for a more valuable, value aligned business. And this is where I would like to go to part three. And that is yes, personal brand, purpose, and profit can coexist. Here's the thing, wanting to lead with value doesn't mean that you are not serious about making money. Okay, so leading with value does not mean that you don't want to be profitable as a business. So let's bury that myth. I have seen so many business owners build incredible, profitable businesses because they led with integrity, not in spite of it. So they chose messaging that sounds like them. They didn't manipulate their marketing. They built marketing that connects. They didn't underprice to be nice. They charged well and they delivered excellence. So when your brand is built on that kind and that level of clarity and alignment, the right people will feel it. And you know what? Aligned people pay aligned businesses and they actually stay. So you don't have to choose between your soul and scaling. You don't have to feel like you need to compromise on who you are as a business owner in your marketing or in your comms to make a business work. You just have to stop copying strategies that don't align with your values and strategies that weren't made for you in the first place. If you want to take something out of this part, I want you to think that not all the tactics that are shared out there in a cookie cutter format is suitable for me, and that is okay. Now, let's go to part four. I want to share with you 3 ways to realign right now and feel like, okay, I just need to rework on my messaging so that properly reflects who I am, what is this business about, and how do I want my customer or my client to feel when they interact with me and my business. And here's what you can do today to bring your business back into that kind of alignment with your values. The first thing you have to do is to audit your content tone. So ask yourself, when you write something, just read it. Does it really sound like you? Or does it really sound like you're trying to be what you hear out there, and the advice that is being shared out there, and what other people expect someone like you in your field, in your industry, should sound like? So that's the first thing. Audit your content tone. With the auditing of the content tone, this will also give you, if it doesn't sound like you, this will give you an indication that your messaging needs to be revised. Okay? Two is to review your offer. So, are the offers that you are building, are they built for impact and sustainability, or are they being built and you're shipping something out that is stretching yourself so that you can serve someone else? So if you are building something out of impact and sustainability, your offer should be in alignment with your mission and your values as a business owner. So the company's mission and your values as a business owner. It will be sustainable. It will give that impact that you want for your clients. So you are not creating offers that are just popular. You see everybody's doing it, and it's stretching you into serving either people that are not aligned with you, or it is stretching you and stretching your time and your efforts into multiple directions, which in the end will reflect on your reputation and the reputation of your business. The third thing that I think that you need to do today also is to check your sales approach. So, does your sales process, feel like it is grounded, and it is based on respect, or does it rely on pressure and, tricks? Do you meet your client, potential client, right where they are, where they recognize that they are now in a position where they do need your product, your service? So when they buy it out of a need, a want, a desire, and not out of pressure and using certain kind of tactics that might basically give them any kind of buyer remorse at the second stage. You need to really check that sales approach. If you do sales calls, how do you communicate in your sales calls? Is it a pushy style, or is it a process that makes the client feel seen and feel aligned with you as their service, or the service provider or the business that's giving them that kind of product, and that the time that they decide to say yes, they're saying out of conviction that this is an interaction that I want to take forward, or is it because of any kind of push that you have given directly or indirectly for them to say yes? Now, I'm saying these because even one small tweak here or there can actually make a massive difference in how you feel as a business owner, and how your audience will respond to you when they feel seen and heard and listened to. So these are the kind of small changes, small tactics that you can do today, where when you're launching something, when you're putting out an offer out there, you don't feel that you are just doing tactics because it is popular, but you are creating a strategy with tactics that is aligned with you as a business owner. And when that happens, you are building a reputation that actually is exactly how you want to be seen, to where, in your client's eyes, or how you want to be seen in the space that you're in the industry that you're in the market that you're in. So I want you to remember this. You did not start your business to sound like a funnel, okay? You did not start a business because you see your customer like an ATM machine. You started a business because you wanted to create something meaningful for yourself, for the clients, for the people who are watching you doing it, for the impact that it is, and of course, to have a profitable business. So if you've been feeling the tension between wanting to grow and wanting to stay in tune with yourself, you don't have to choose. You just have to lead with your voice. You have to build systems and offers and strategies around that. Okay? If this resonates with you, and you are realizing it is time to shift how I show up and how I sell, then I would love to hear from you. Do let me know how this episode lands with you, if it makes sense. Let's open the conversation, whether it is in the comments, whether you send me DMs on social media. I would love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining me today. Let's talk about how we can bring more clarity, more alignment, more intention into your business. So, thank you for joining. If you are listening to this episode on a podcast platform, I do hope that you leave a review for us. If you are watching this on YouTube or on my website, I would love to hear your comments. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this episode. Until next time, don't forget to keep making waves. Bye.